getting really close on this. The last 10% of this doing cars like this is no fun. It's not fun to film. It's a lot of knick-knacky stuff. So I didn't think I'd make a very interesting video, so I've just been kind of doing a lot of it off camera. But you can kind of see what we got going on, basically. Sorry about your head. Coolant's all plumbed. I vacuum tested it out good. Yeah, real good at talking. Fuel is plumbed. I actually need to go get some fuel. I don't have any fuel for that. The return needs hooked back up at the fuel pump hanger. The last main thing I really need to do is mount the transcooler. I know where I'm going to put it. I just need to design a bracket for it and mount it up. Then I can plumb the cooler lines to the transmission, then the transmission can get filled up. And then from there, it's spark plugs. But first I'm going to crank the engine over with out the spark plugs in it to build oil pressure and all that fun stuff. And then I'll put the spark plugs in it. And then we'll be starting this thing. So we're really, really close. Another note is I've been down here kind of putting this together the past couple of weeks, and I'm just thrashing and making a freaking mess. So that also makes me not want to film. It's just because I'm working in a mess. And I really just need to take some time and clean it up. But Ross Brain not wanting that to happen. Anyway, so maybe I should do that before first start. Just have a nice good reset. What even is this? What is this? I don't know what this is. Where did it even come from? Shut up. Anyway, yeah, so I need to do a little cleanup so that everything's nice and fresh for when we do the first start, so I can just be calm and pay attention to the engine and the way things sound. Honestly, like, the first start is always the most scary. It's probably for a lot of people, not just me, but you know, especially when you put a bunch of work into like fabricating stuff, you don't know what noises it's going to make. You don't know what kind of issues you're going to run into. You don't know what's going to leak. You know, all we can do is our due diligence and, you know, vacuum test stuff, pressure test stuff, and go from there. So it's just a lot of stuff to pay attention to, and sometimes I get a bit overwhelmed. But it's not something I haven't done before. So I've done it a million times with my MR2. I've taken that thing apart and put it back together and changed things and built things and failed building things and had to rebuild things and just kept on going. So it's not anything new to me. I should be used to it by now, but yeah. Oh, you know what could be fun? I could cross some things off a list. Here's my list. I'm gonna give myself some dopamine and cross some things off. Plum fuel, done. Water bypass hose, done. Water pump hose, done. Turbo coolant hoses, done. Turbo blanket. Okay, I need to order a turbo blanket, but they're $200, so we're gonna wait. Intake fill. Okay, can't do that. Wire fans. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Wiring. Fun. I'll wait for that. Fluids. We're close. We've got engine oil in it. I need to fill it with coolant and trans fluid, so we'll just do a check next to that one. Mount transcooler and plumb. No fun. Spark plugs. Don't have those. Fab water overflow. Oh shoot, I need to do that, don't I? Fab oil catch can and plumb. Oh shit, I gotta do that too. Bleed brakes. Oh damn. Oh yeah. Bleed clutch. Well, I got to cross off some things and then I got to add a thing, so not as much dopamine as I was thinking. In an effort to save money, I don't know if I should do this or not, but I have these barely used set of spark plugs, which I am sure were just used for tuning. They've been bouncing around inside of a bolt bin for a really long time, so I really don't know if I should use them. Like, how expensive could spark plugs be? The last time I bought them, they were only like, I don't know, $11 for 4. But who knows? That was 3 or 4 years ago now, so who knows what spark plugs cost now? Should I just clean them up and use them? Should I buy new ones? These are the things I have to think about. This is like when you're on a hard budget and you're trying to do stuff. You have to think about every aspect of everything. Is this shit working? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Testing. Testing. Testing with the microphone. While I'm cleaning, I decided I would talk to the camera a little bit because it kind of helps me. Helps me talk to the camera. But, I don't want it to sound like I'm... Motherfucker! Classic. I don't want it to sound like I'm complaining about not having any money. It was an active decision. It was an active decision, and I have to, hold myself accountable for that. You know, I'm only working 3 days a week at a hot rod shop. That was my decision. You know, I'm constantly getting sick, working 5 days a week. You know, I'm only working 9 hours a day. That's not that long. And, you know, I keep getting sick, and I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of not having any time to do what I want to do, which is work on my projects, you know, take care of my property. You know, it's always been work first. And I've made an active decision to not allow work to be first anymore. You know, spending time with my wife is most important. You know, spending time doing what I like and what makes me happy is more important than work and making money. So the reason I'm on such a budget is because of an active decision that I've made, because my entire youth basically was focused around work and focused around making money, you know, working for family businesses where, you know, it's kind of up to you. You know, you can't always rely on other people. So like having that mentality about work always, even when it's not your business, and that's not healthy. So I made a choice for work not to be first. And in the end, you know, I don't have as much money as I used to have, but we're doing just fine. I just have to be an active budgeter about everything, you know. So I don't want it to sound like I'm complaining. I'm literally doing what is best for me. And a lot of people don't understand that. You know, the shop that I work for has been really good about it and understanding, at least to an extent. I'm sure there's some things they don't understand or why I do it. But it's what's best for me. I'm tired of getting sick and spending my days off feeling like crap and being unable to do what I need to do because I either have a migraine or, you know, just feeling like garbage because I wasted myself for them. It's not fair to me. So that's just a little explanation on why I am the way that I am and why I choose to do what I do. You know, I've chased money for so long and it really has not worked out. So I'm spending my time working on what is important to me, which is, you know, I find it therapeutic to talk to the camera. I find it therapeutic to work on my cars. I find it therapeutic to get your house and property under control because I didn't have time when I was in business to put effort into that. All my efforts went to production, making sure that things were happening at the shop because a lot of the work, you know, was on me. I knew what I was signing up for, and I did my absolute freaking best. But it ended up not working out, and I just don't want to be in that position ever again. So work is taking a little bit of a not main role in my life right now. Being happy, spending time with my loved ones, working on things that are important to me are what I am working on right now. The end. Let's see if I can remember how to use this. My hood fogged up on me so bad I can't even see now. There's a separate atmosphere in my barn compared to the outside world. If I can do it, you can do it. Turned out pretty good to me. I got to use my positioner today. I have not used that in over 2 years. So it felt pretty good to get on that thing again. Definitely out of practice, but that's okay. I only have one mount on this right now, and it's mounted to this, I guess you would call it factory strut brace. I'm eventually going to redo this with a beefier tube, and I will remount this with more mounting places than just one. It is pretty solid, and when I do have the AN fittings finally hooked up to the valve cover, I think it's going to be sturdy enough for now, but I will eventually make a new strut brace that ties that in a little bit better. Check out this condensation in the barn, dude. It's pretty insane. It's kind of gross. Everything is just has its own atmosphere in here. It's pretty wild. But yeah, it's all rainy and gross and warm outside. And it's probably a good, I don't know, 15 degrees cooler inside the barn, which is kind of nice in summertime. But I need to get this condensation under control. It's pretty gross in here. Everything gets all sticky and whatever. So yeah, welding with the positioner worked out pretty good today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Hey, friend. Dude loves hanging out. I don't mind him.